If I had to make my points, if I had to present my arguments and my evidence in a situation of social extremity, confrontation and encounter, which is what most situations are, you should pay attention to where you're at, what the protocols are of where you're at, and you should do your homework very, very carefully. But listen to me very carefully. If I had to win an argument, if I had to make my points, like a Mark Levin, I'm speaking specifically to the brains of the radical right, an idiot, a low-life piece of trash like Mark Levin. I can say it because he uses that same language about everybody. But if I had to make my points, my arguments, present evidence like Mark Levin with his attitude, using sarcastic language, insulting people, calling George Stephanopoulos a dwarf. The hell is that? I'm a short man. I'm 5'2", and what does that mean? Why you make your points that way? If you have to go ad hominem like a punk. Now I'm calling Mark Levin that. A stinking lousy punk. In that manner, with sensational language, with going ad hominem, with insulting somebody, and that's how you make your points? And by the way, Levin is talking about pornography, some of the worst type of pornography there is comes out of that man's mouth. Mark Levin, I'm calling it. It comes out of his mouth. He uses sensational ad hominem arguments, insults, sarcasm. I can't go on. I could go on and on with this gutter rat, this big city cockroach called Mark Levin. I'm saying it. I'm hoping I will be okay on YouTube to say it because he says a lot worse. I'm not saying anything or doing it. I'm just expressing my opinion. Somebody's got to call that man out. Somebody's got to go right to Levin and call him out and tell him what he is. He's bad-rapping everybody. He's insulting everybody that does not agree with him. He's using sensational, ad hominem, insulting, sarcastic, whatever he can think of to get attention. But you got to be careful with a gutter rat like him because he is a constitutional scholar. When you come up against a man like Mark Levin, my advice, and this is advice in life, you prepare very well, my friend, for encounter and confrontation, and you're prepared to go wherever you have to go to face this man. Do whatever you have to do. And I'm using Mark Levin as your prototypical bully. Your prototypical bully. You do whatever you have to do. You say whatever you have to say. You bring the kitchen sink in and you bring everything in to fight back, to push back hard on this man. But I'm telling you, I've never seen anything. I'm an amateur philosopher. And this is what I do. I understand the bully mentality like nobody else. I lived through it. But this man who calls himself Mark Levin, that's who it is one of the most disgusting, vile, vulgar individuals I have ever seen in my life. What he represents, everything he represents, I stand 100% the other direction. I do mean everything this man represents. And nobody calls him out. Nobody gets right in Levin's face with evidence and facts and takes the verbal hatchet to this man. I can't understand that. He is the consummate bully. He is the consummate lousy, right to the depth of them. Any way you cut Levin, I look at him from one perspective, give him a break, he cuts bad. Another one, he still cuts bad. He still comes out bad. There is no limit, no end to my hatred for what this man represents when he speaks. You need someone who throws a good verbal punch. Whatever it takes. Whatever he throws at you, you throw right back to him and do it immediately. This is how you handle a bully like this. You don't wait till tomorrow. That's too late. You waited too long. Stimulus response, right there, response stimulus, right there. Then you have to take a bully like this and get under his skin. You provoke him, you get right under Levin's skin, right under there. Whatever it takes, whatever kind of fight he wants to bring it on. But you can't do it passively. You've got to be very aggressive and filled with massive hatred for what Levin represents, what he looks like. He's got a fat old belly. He calls everybody a dwarf, ugly. Yeah, Levin has a fat belly. And his wife, in my opinion, I could say is still ugly. That's right, my beautiful wife. No, Levin. Ask somebody else about your beautiful wife. She's not so beautiful, Levin. And you're ugly, Levin. Levin, I told you that you're ugly. That's all. He's making fun of everybody. He's mocking. He's ridiculing everybody. He's using sarcasm. He's going personal. Ad hominem. This man is not only talking to you, my friend, he's trying to destroy you. I've never seen anything like that. Come for a good debate, a good conversation, evidence and all, and this man's out to destroy me. Not only beat me, he's out to destroy me. He's out to try to take away the confidence, get right inside your mind, get you to doubt yourself. You have to handle it immediately. And the point I'm making, the strongest point I'm making, is that the bully has to be put in his place and do it immediately. Not tomorrow, not another day. You don't put it off. He hits you, you hit him 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, twice as hard. Verbally. The verbal hatchet is what I'm talking about. But you have to do what it takes. But I've never seen a man of this low-level character. I have to speak out on this. I've had so much belly full of listening to this Mark Levin. I'm not talking out of ignorance. I follow his show very closely. Very, very closely. I study him very closely. And I'm telling you, even though he's a scholar, the books he writes are respectable. American Marxism, it's a respectable book. The scholarship is impeccable. I'll give him that. But then the conclusions he draws from those scholarship is 180 degrees out, yes. 180 degrees out from any modicum of truth. The conclusions he draws. The associations he makes. This is a calculating, deliberate monster. Period.